Hey guys, Ryan here. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video in the Batchat 25T AP. This might be the last video I bring you in this tank, because I've already got the Batchat tier 10, and I can't remember how many more replays I've got of this tank. This might be the last one, I think. Top tier, a couple tier 7s on our team, no tier 7s on the enemy team, but that's fine. We've got a couple extra tier 9s. I'm platooned for Felix in his M46 Patton, and we're on Abbey. So, I'm not the biggest fan of this tank. However, since I got the new controller on Saturday, I've played 3 or 4 battles in the tier 10 Batchat, and I must say, I love the tier 10 Batchat. I've had like a 6k combined game, and then a 5k combined game, and then a 4k game, so like, decent averages in the tank. Nothing YouTube worthy yet, but hopefully I'll get you a video soon. So hopefully in this tank, given how fast I am, there's no artillery, I'm going to make the run to the centre of the map. As you can see, the enemy's just kind of giving us free reign to come centre. As none of the enemy light tanks felt like coming up here. Trying to get a bit of spotting done. I do manage to spot the Conqueror. And now I'm just trying to pick my target and who I want to shoot at. Now, as I already said, there's no artillery this game. Excuse me. So I don't need to worry about that. Felix has not been able to join me quite yet because of the 2 tanks down the other side. So unfortunately, Felix in the M46 Patton is nowhere near as fast as my Batchat. So I've been spotted by a light tank in the centre. I'm coming up. I don't even know why I tried a shot on a 257, that's a very awkward tank to pan. But he's now behind buildings, so I can come out, and I've now got the side of this 50 TP. And me and the light tank's just going to work him over. I was trying to get the tracking shots. Teammate gets the tracking shot, which is nice, but at the same time, I miss out on the assistance, a bit of a shame. And I'm just going to go for a reload. Now, you're going to see something important whilst I'm reloading here, about not helping your team more strictly when you're in platoons with people. It's not about being aware of myself where the enemies are, it's being aware of where my platoon mate is. So as you can see, Felix on the map is pushing the enemy light tank. And I see the T-41, I'm keeping an eye on him, and although I'm not loaded yet, I see him moving. And I see that he is actually pushing towards Felix. So I've decided I need to run down there now to help him. Gonna risk crossing out. The enemy tank misses me. I am coming around. The enemy lights a 1-shot, so I do spare 1 shot for him, which I have the clip potential to do. Felix finishes him, and now I'm going to drive in front, so that if the T-41 reloads, he shoots me instead of Felix, so I've got more hit points to spare. But between the 2 of us, we're actually able to finish him off. And that was that map awareness. I saw the T-41 passing by, and I was aware that he was heading towards Felix. So I wanted to rush out there, not just to use my gun, but also my hit points, so as if need be, I would have shot in front of him and taken the shots. So now that we've got rid of that, we're now going to try and get back to the centre. I'm not reloaded yet, but there's a Centurion 7-1 here, and I'm telling Felix to back up and that I'll take the shot for him, because obviously I've got the hit points to do so. So I'm just waiting here in case they came around for us, but they've ignored us to go kill our teammate up there. And now I'm loaded. I'm going to push out. Now Centurion 7-1 actually turns out he's not fully upgraded, which is nice. Now I can back up. I've still got 4 rounds in the magazine, so I don't quite want to go for a reload yet. Again, trying to balance that reload, because 45 seconds is pretty painful. However, I see that it's a 257 coming up, and just because of how awkward his armor is, I've decided to go for the reload on the premium round. Usually I wouldn't, but certain tanks require certain things. Now, our problem here is they have a Vanguard somewhere, you know, a very annoying piece of shit light tank that likes to troll around, flying around the battlefield, almost impossible to hit and almost impossible to spot. And he's playing with Ramtop Borsig, and you can see the Vanguard has been spotted. Our team's getting cleared up. The Vanguard is a 1-shot, but now that I'm spotted and they've got the 257 over at the cap circle, I'm wary of poking out. The Nomad's also on his way over, so I'm thinking if I can deal with the Nomad first, that would be ideal, because the Nomad basically has a similar gun to what I've got, except he's got one less round in the magazine. He's got the same alpha and the same penetration. And I'm going up. I didn't actually realise this, but he's actually aiming through the gap down here, which I didn't know was a thing. So I've just realised that it is a thing, and I've told Felix that the Nomad's looking down the gap between the buildings. Now I'm worried of poking out here in case the Vanguard spots me from my base. And I want to cross over now. Thankfully I don't get spotted. And Felix going to make a bit of a mistake here. He's going to go to the gap in the building that the Nomad was pre-aiming down. And Nomad's going to get a slight high roll. Now we're being capped out, which is a bit of an issue. So I need to do something. So I've decided, I've got the hit points, I'm going to go for the Nomad. Trade a shot with him there. Trade another shot with him. I'm not going to go for the reload yet. Going to try and get the shots off first. 257 bounces first shot. And the second one. Bounce third. Lads, as I said, things armor is quite awkward. Trying to back up now, because I'm reloading, I need to stay out of line of sight for as long as possible. Now, the enemy's left the cap circle, right as I was heading over to, like, get ready to spot him. Now I don't need to anymore. And now the issue is, I'm still reloading, and the Nomad is actually on his way. Now, I have the health advantage, and we both have the same alpha, with the same interclip reload, I believe. So, as long as I get back and I get the first shot in, I will win this fight. And because he pokes out with the front of his tank first, I do get the first shot off. We trade another few shells. He's the one who has to push around the corner, gives me the advantage, and I do finish him off. I didn't actually mean to have a premium clip loaded there. I meant to have a standard clip, but I forgot. So now I've loaded back to the standard. And now it's just the Vanguard left. But given how annoying he is, I'm a bit worried of him getting round and clipping out our teammates. And the 257 is going to be a much more difficult guy from the pen than me. So if I can keep the 257 alive, that would be great. So I know he's fired 2 shots there. Felix actually tells me that he's now out of ammo. So I'm going to go in. Gonna try and get the ram. I had to gently graze him, but he's so small and so close to me that my guns just kind of threw him. So I mess up the first 2 shots. And right now I've decided to go for it because I need to get him for a reload. So I do know that tank is a pretty long reload. And I finally managed to finish him off. But yeah, I thought it was quite funny that he was so close to me that my gun physically couldn't hit him because of how small he was. Now I felt confident at the end there, because again a 257 is going to be awkward for a Vanguard to pan, so I felt pretty confident there. 24k profit, 4200 damage, 2 assistance, 3 kills, only a first class, but I was just glad to be done with this tank if I'm honest. Wasn't my favourite vehicle, and having played the tier 10 Batchat, it was well worth grinding through this. So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.